we still see to this day legacies of the French in Indiana when we look at some land use patterns. But before I look at Vincennes closer, let's go upstream, way upstream, to the St. Lawrence River up here in Quebec. And you should see a particular pattern. You look all across the river here, on both sides, very skinny, linear lots. And that's the French long lot system. And so the idea here is you have a road typically right along the river. Notice it's on both sides. And so everybody has about 100 feet, maybe more, maybe less, frontage with the river. And they also have access to the road. And then they have this long, narrow strip of land that goes all the way as far as you can see. The idea there is everybody gets an equitable share as far as the amount of land, but also gets, you get a little bit of the right here along the river, get a little bit in the floodplain, and you get a little bit of the higher elevated areas. And so the idea was kind of, let's have everyone have the same amount of land, and that'll help the settlement, but it'll also help the agriculture as each person tends to their own little strip of land. Now let's go back to Vincennes. And although it's faint, you can still see this legacy today. Now, the idea here is the French that came here, they weren't really interested in settling. They weren't really interested in farming. And so we really don't see long legacies of this today. They're mostly here just to, make some money off some furs and whatnot. And so here we have this narrow strip of land in which you can still see the legacies of the French long lot system, in which you have that road right along the river, in which everyone has their own strip, their own equitable share. And this is on both sides of Vincennes. You can see kind of these linear tracks, these skinny, narrow tracks. Now, definitely you can see them on the other side of Vincennes. And you can also see, if we go to a topo map, you can really see, if I zoom in, we can see those very skinny, narrow tracks in which they're numbered over there and some over here as well. Another place where we see it is just south of West Lafayette. And if I go ahead and I zoom in here, we'll see Fort Ouiatenon, which I've mentioned earlier. And if I go ahead and now, let's see if you can find the long lots. I'll go ahead and I'll click on the satellite, and now you can see the long lots. And so here we see, once again, legacies of the French today.